Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at beta and preview version 1.20.50.20. That is right, we are now into the 1.50 betas, meaning that 1.20.40 should be on its way and we should be expecting it within the next 2 weeks. Also, Minecraft Live is coming out this Sunday. I do intend to be watching it. I may or may not do a stream. I am unsure. But if I do end up doing one, and if you are interested, I recommend you subscribe so you don't miss that stream and the notifications related to it. Anyways, today's beta is it's a medium length, alright? It's got a lot of really good changes, but it's not excessively long. Now, before we go ahead and take a look at all these fun, cool things in my inventory here, first things first, realms. Now, realms, I'm not sure how many of you use them. I have used them before, and the How About That series is actually run on a realm. However, I would just like to note, they are now available for all of you to use on the beta and previews. So you can be playing in these beta and previews with all the brand new features every single week, and do it on a realm with your friends. They have completely remodeled the how to play screen, and created a new encyclopedia screen. They fixed various spelling mistakes in there, they removed obsolete references and the old world stuff. And they added netherite related items to the how to play description, so if you have any new players and they're using that, you can now go ahead and do that as well. Now that we have covered those items, we can go ahead and talk about what I am really excited about. Decorative pots. Now, I'm sure you know these things came out a little while ago. 1.20, they weren't all that great, they were awesome, they're beautiful, I love them, but you know, they weren't like crazy. Well, guess what? Now they are. Decorated pots can now hold up to a total of 64 items. That's right, they can hold stuff now. Now, what's really interesting though, is they don't have a UI. If you click on it with your fist, they're just going to shake. It's not going to do anything, kind of like a villager's head when you shake on it and it doesn't have trade options, it just does nothing and shakes. So the changelog says that they can now store up to a single stack of items. So actually, this might be referring to, for instance, okay, so see how this takes up one item slot. This is an unstackable item. That's all I can put in there. No more smoke clouds. I can only hold one. Okay, I get it. We're learning together. So if I put in a bunch of hoppers, I can't then go put in anything else. It will drop those items. So if I'm in survival and I put in, say, this, will it now delete my other items? No, it will not delete them. It will just shake. Okay, that was something I was wondering, because if it deletes them, that's kind of a flaw there. You're just going to lose all your items not knowing it. That's good. Items such as hoppers, droppers, and hopper minecarts can now put items in, and they can also take items out. For example, we're going to go ahead and use these diamonds. We can go ahead and chuck these in the hopper. How many did I just put in? I have no idea. But if we break this, boom, there are your diamonds. And to show the only being able to hold a certain thing again, if we do this, the diamonds will not go in, only the hopper minecart. But now the diamonds will go in. So yeah, very, very cool. I like this a lot. It allows you to make some interesting treasure hunt type things now. I imagine being able to set up a build maybe for your friends to explore, and you can walk into this abandoned looking thing and actually loot treasures from these pots. Like, that seems awesome to me. Also, it did say, oh, I accidentally put a rail in there. I did not mean to do that. It does say that hopper minecarts can put items in here, so let's go ahead and put some diamonds. Is it putting them in? No. So, maybe hopper minecarts can't put stuff in them. It did, however, say that they can take them out, so let's go ahead and see if that works. Go ahead and put our pot right here. Let's go ahead and put in 5 diamonds. And if 5 diamonds go down here, yeah, so the hopper minecarts will drain stuff out of them. If we put down a normal hopper too, pretty sure that will drain items out as well, yeah. And then using droppers, you can go ahead and fill these up as well. Grabbing a dropper, we can go ahead and activate this a few times, and you'll see that these items end up in there. Doing it again, and there should be, yeah, there's more in there. So droppers too will fill them up. So that is really nice. I like that a lot. Now, another thing that's really cool about these is they will emit a redstone level depending on how many things are in there. Now, I'm not sure how many items they will hold. So if we were to fill this all the way up to a stack, I'm curious what the redstone signal output would be. That is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, so filling a pot all the way up does 15. And then I'm assuming various levels afterwards will stop that. For instance, a hopper with 40, I want to say it was 43 or 47 items. So one of those two will only activate 2 redstone dust. So it's always interesting being able to know how many items will activate it. When putting stuff in or just wobbling the pot, it will now activate skulk sensors with a vibration level of 11. So there we go, we can activate that. You're going to see that that activates it. And that will activate if you're using calibrated skulk sensors with a vibration level of 11 for anybody looking for specifics. And as you saw earlier, shooting these pots now will completely shatter them. And if those pots had any actual items in them, when shattering it, it will also drop those items. Also, decorated pots, I'm sure plenty of you know, they are annoying. They do not stack. Well, little do you know, now they actually do. I believe this is the crafting recipe I had. Yep, and there you go, they stacked. So these things will now stack. I remember I did a build with them recently, and I got very annoyed because they didn't stack. They just took up my entire inventory, and it really annoyed me. It annoyed me incredibly quick. I love this feature. This is something that I was actually hoping would be in the game when these got first announced. I don't think I ever actually vocalized it, but I did think it inside my head. I was like, dude, it'd be so cool if we could put stuff in there and make like ancient ruins that you could find these things in, and now we can. So I love it a lot. These do not have a UI, and I think it works perfectly fine with that. I really like the way it was executed, so it's always a mystery. You never know what's in the pot or if there is something in the pot without breaking it. It's a really fun concept, and I love it. Anyway, I spent a lot of time on that, so let's go ahead and look at the rest of the changes. Besides that, there aren't that many we gotta go through. There are 3 gameplay things. Armor trims can now be put on custom armor. This is referring to like add-on creators when you're making custom armor and stuff. You can put that on there because you've always been able to put them on dyed leather armor and stuff like such. Phantoms will no longer miss the player when they're gliding. So let's go ahead and grab an elytra. And now let's see if the phantoms will attack. I know it says they won't miss, but I'm like turning tightly. I'm trying not to hit the ground, but you gotta remember, you move a lot faster than phantoms do. Oh, they got me right there. So yeah, there you go. I know like they were missing, but if we're gonna be realistic, I was turning real tight. Also, flying with an elytra, you just move a lot faster than phantoms, so that's kind of hard to test, but I think overall you kind of saw it there. Witches will now spawn in a raid. So let's go ahead. Well, they always spawned in a raid, but that's not what I'm getting at. You'll see what I'm getting at here. If we go ahead and get a if we go ahead and get a witch spawn egg, we can go ahead and do /effect @s add. No, we want bad, not add. I'm really having a stroke today. All right, the raiders have now spawned in. And what I mean by this is if we go ahead and kill one of these raiders, a witch spawned in will join the raid, and they'll try to attack you. As you see how the bar just went up? That's because this witch just got added. If I spawn more witches, the bar will go up even more. But now if I kill one of these witches, the bar will decrease. So it's really interesting. So now any mob can just join the raid. And when I say any mob, I mean any like raider mob. So a witch can join. If I go ahead and find those pillagers, I don't know where they went. There he is. Oh, they're killing my villager, aren't they? If I go ahead and spawn in a few pillagers, they will add to the raid as well. There you go, you saw that. And this will affect every single mob. So it's not just pillagers and witches. This will also apply to vindicators, evokers, and ravengers. If you randomly have a ravenger laying around, that is. I don't know why you would, but you know what? Some people do. I did once. But yeah, any raider-type mobs just naturally spawning around, they will join a raid if there is already one existing. The search bar inside of your inventory is now properly aligned with the UI. I guess that was wrong. And other than that, there aren't really any more changes that are worth noting. There are a few others, but they're kind of just random, nothing really all that important. Vanilla parity Vindicators and Evokers will no longer spawn inside of peaceful worlds. Don't know why they could do that, but apparently they could. And Suspicious Sand will no longer generate in cold ocean ruins. They weren't supposed to anyway, they were only supposed to spawn in the warm ocean ruins. Now, before we go ahead and end this video, I would like to know, remember this screen, this brand new screen, probably came out like 2 months ago. It claims that there's a new one here for this world editing process. But if I hit try new design, go to new design, you know what it does? It crashes my game. So I do not know if this thing works or not, but it just crashes my game every time I try it. So the changelog said nothing of a new screen there, but every time I try to load it up or see what it is, it just crashes my game. So if there is, unfortunately, I cannot show you. But like I said, the changelog does not note a new screen there anyway, so I don't know. Anyways, if you have enjoyed today's video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. Also, if you love these pot changes just as much as I do, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what your favorite part about them is and what kind of builds you plan to make with them. Anyways, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic, and I'll see you next time. Peace!